I actually hit Space Jams back in the day for retail.
Oh,
And
really?
I ended up getting 3 pairs. Like literally from Foot Locker, Champs, and Foot Action. Back when Foot Action was around the area.
Miss Foot Action.
Yeah, and I literally made I think like $10 off of each pair. Like so, like it was like $30 profit.
Are you serious?
It's the worst.
I've never heard about this. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. Number 1 shoe podcast in the world, episode 6, guys. I'm your host, Chewy.
Oscar.
Tony.
And we're here again. October, guys, is here.
It's the Halloween episode
6.
That's 666, bro.
Whoa.
Shit.
Whoa.
Spooky, huh? Like, let's not scared to be. All right. All right. Let's start it off. Go.
Let's go into it, guys. So, first thing we want to talk about, hottest Halloween releases we've seen the last couple years. I want to get your take on it. What's your favorite Halloween shoe that's come out?
Oh, bro, that's obvious. Come on. Freddy Krueger's. Hands down, best shoe ever.
Best shoe?
Not ever, but like
best shoe that never came out.
Best Halloween shoe.
That never came out. Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I don't know if the viewers, I'm pretty sure a lot of like sneaker enthusiasts probably know the story, but those who don't actually know, like, that shoe was like supposed to release back in 2007. And it was supposed to kind of knock on the whole Nightmare on Elm Street look. The thing that ended up happening was that they got a cease and desist letter. So Nike ended up actually pulling the shoe. They were supposed to get rid of them, burn them. And rumor has it that, like, there was factory workers who ended up saving a few pairs. Even some saying that some retail stores actually got the pairs in early. And actually ended up like keeping some of them and like selling them and auctioning them off on like eBay, Nike Talk and stuff like that. And I think there's supposedly like 30 pairs that made it out of the factory. And now that's not including like samples and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. So, but
maybe like 100 pairs, probably.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like I see a lot of like major like people who have like major collections, like they always tend to have at least like one pair.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Or like a version of it.
Yeah, like a version of it.
Yeah.
If not the one. But yeah, it's super rare. And it's even rarer if you can find it like with a box and stuff like that, because like I was saying, like they were supposed to be burnt. So.
Didn't come in a plastic bag.
I don't think they ever. I don't think they ever even made a box though.
No, they did make a box.
Some pairs had them.
Yeah. Well, the thing was that since they got like burnt and stuff like that, they got rid of them. So what people were doing was taking them out of boxes, burning the boxes, and saving them. And even some shoes actually have like gas on them and stuff like that, so they'll see that they're darker on some parts of it because some people saved them before they got burnt, supposedly. And again, it's just like those are all just stories of what happens. I think that's what makes that shoe so much more cooler, so much more attainable. It's just because it was a shoe that was never meant to be like released to the public, and yet there was still people who went out of their way, saved it, and I think that's why the shoe was the best Halloween shoe of all time.
Yeah. What do you think? Obviously, we forgot to say Anthony's back.
Oh yeah, he's back.
Elephant in the room. He's just been working a lot. So, guys, we want to have him back as much as we can. It's just
schedules.
We're out here
complicated.
Yeah, we're out
He's
here
a busy
sitting
man.
grinding.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the Halloween? Wait, no, the Freddy Krueger's.
What I was thinking for Halloween, like a Halloween shoe, was the Air Force One Skeletons, the white pair from 2018.
2018 pairs, yeah, those are hard, bro.
I mean, I know there's different like colorways, but I think the white one goes pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think they're better than like I think the purple ones came out this year, or was it last year?
No, that was like last year.
Yeah, but anything would probably be better than that one. So
yeah,
the black on black joints are pretty hard too.
That's more for
black and white. Yeah,
like more for a costume.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that would go hard. Like that'd be a good costume. Like in case you're wearing a Donda fit, like just throw them on.
Yep. I want to see how many Kanye outfits we got this year, guys. How many people are gonna dress up like Kanye?
I am. Nah, I'm just kidding. I probably won't. I won't this year. I wore this last year.
You're gonna get a custom White Lives Matter hat shirt. I would say my favorite shoes, like, well, the new one, the one that's coming out this year, it's like a orange white with the black swoosh. Very clean shoe. I really think that's Yeah, that's a Dunk. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that shoe's very clean. I think just in general, just like it's a simple design, good colorway. You can probably wear it outside of Halloween. So I think that one's probably like if you're trying to get like a something Halloween inspired, but also like something you can wear all the time. That shoe's really good. And then like the last year ones that came out, the black with the orange swoosh. Those ones with like the glow in the dark pattern, those are pretty hard too. So, I think.
Yeah, you put candy in front of me, bro.
I was gonna need some candy, a Milky Way, but yeah, those are sick. Also the off-white ones, the Blazers, those are pretty hard too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the off-white ones are
Halloween
crazy.
Eves.
I didn't even know those were like actually a Halloween release. I just thought they were like an off-white Blazer that they dropped. So those are pretty sick, actually. Like yeah. There's other couple pairs like the Voorhees Dunks, they're SBs. Kind of like a red shoe, but I think they're clean too. Like again, it's not like anything like
The foam posits. That remind me of like the Juicy J like T-shirt from
Supreme
like.
stuff. Yeah.
What was that from?
That wasn't a Supreme one, but Supreme kind of they mocked it.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't remember what the brand is called, but it was
No,
just
but
like
what's from
the song "We Gotta Stay Fly."
Yeah.
He was wearing that shirt in that video.
yeah, that music video is hard. Yeah, Juicy Jam. Yeah,
Yeah. I also like the Mummies too.
that was on my list. The Mummies.
Yeah, the Mummies are hard.
I just don't like the eyes in the back. That's probably it. But I guess if you're wearing chains and stuff, you can probably cover them, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. So.
No, there's a couple cool pairs, and I think kind of touch on the ones that are the the coolest ones I think, anyways. So, what is your guys' biggest? Oh wait, let's go into this, guys. So recently, I've been talking a lot about having pollens, and we've kind of been like saying like, so what is our biggest shoe regret that we've bought in? And for me, I like the pollens, but a lot
Like
of
of
people
all time, or like just recently?
just in general, all time,
All the time. Okay.
I like the pollens though. Everybody tells me like that's an L shoe, but I thought the colorway looked all right. I thought you could wear it a lot, and I've always liked the yellow shoes. But I think my biggest regret was like buying the Oreo 4s. Just because like when I bought them,
Interesting.
I was a skater, like very like heavy skater, and I was wearing a lot of like slimmer pants and like a size 12, 13 with such a bulky shoe. And all
4?
Yeah, and all my pants were like super like slim.
You're on that skater look, rocking the 4s. Oh,
It just looks so funny, and like I think
So your regrets more kind of like the way you were styling that shoe more than anything around that time, which was what, like
2016.
No.
2015.
Might have been like 2015.
Yeah, and I think I ended up just getting rid of them because I couldn't like figure out anything to wear with them. But I feel really bad because I think that shoe was, I could have kept it. And it would have been like a good shoe to have. Like
now.
Yeah, like 500. It would have been a $500 shoe at least, And
you've had some shoes like that now go for a lot. That you're
the Jordan 1 black and white that they never re-released, which I never thought that would actually happen. It's just a basic,
just a black and white one.
Jordan, and it goes for like $800.
800.
Is that the one that you were like they bought off of your shoe, like off your feet?
No, that's
No,
a
that
good
was
story
the-
though. We'll sell that. We'll tell that story later. But that's a good story. So, but we'll talk about that. So, Anthony, hop in. What's your worst shoe that you've ever purchased
Probably mids.
or regret? Oh, just it's a bold statement, man. Can you back it up? Why?
Why? Just more like the like. How could I say this?
Just say it, bro. Say it. Don't be scared. Look at the camera. Look at them and tell them. Mids.
Just mids, like the whole like
The reputation behind them.
No, more like the stereotypes.
Oh yeah. Like
What do you say stereotypes?
I guess like you. I mean, like for us, I feel like for me, it was always like
a real sneakerhead.
It's not a real sneaker. Like
Yeah,
you're less knowledgeable. I think was the stigma around it because you're like not really into sneakers. So it's like you would kind of get bashed for it being like, oh, like you don't really know what you're buying. You're just buying whatever.
Well, I mean, the shoes I bought, the mids I bought, were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were clean colorways. Just red, green, but like the color blocking wasn't like really goofy like some mids do. Like
yeah, but I feel like they're way more acceptable now. Like I feel like
Well,
now
now,
it's
yeah.
just more like, oh, you got a Jordan like 1 mid, low, highs. Like all those are way more acceptable. I feel like back then it was very like strict as far as like it has to be an OG. Like
yeah,
This was back then.
yeah.
well, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, like I think like us, we grew up with that. Where if you wore a mid, you got made fun of because it's all like, oh, you don't have a real sneaker.
It's like wearing flights,
Oh, well, that probably still is like a big stigma.
No, yeah, if you still wear
but
flights.
they haven't really made that many fire flights though.
I think they're getting rid of like the line probably at this point. I haven't seen any flights.
I mean, if you take up all that production to make like those shoes that really don't sell, like I mean, at least if I was Nike, I would focus on things that do sell.
Yeah.
And so, but who knows? Nike's been on some BS. So.
yeah, of course.
So for me, I don't think it's really like this particular shoe. It's more like whenever I purchase a shoe that's not wearable, like
kind of like what I talked about too.
Yeah, so like I've had a couple of shoes that like I end up buying because like they were just available, like, you know what I mean, like, so when I would go to the Foot Lockers and Champs back then where you can just kind of show up like after a certain time during the day, like they'll tell you like what they have available and stuff like that. And
We
so
still do that now.
Before it was like after like 5 p.m. on release day, like it usually was the time because they had like the tickets, right? So you had to go in person, raffle, and then they would call you. If you don't answer, come and pick them up after 5. You can go in there and be like, oh, what do you guys have? So that happened to me a lot back in the day where it was like I would just go and check up, and a lot of times it would be like, oh, we only have like a size 9 or like an 8.5. And like I would just buy them just because you have to be like I want them, but then I would regret it because it's all like
what am I doing with these? Yeah.
So like one of the bigger ones that I can think of is like the infrared 3s. I remember when that dropped, that was a pretty big shoe that I regretted because the shoe that I got was like a size 9, and for some reason like this was the first pair of like 3s that I actually like bought for retail, and I was just kind of like, I figured like the shoe looks bulky, so I was like it's probably like pretty big, and so I bought the size 9, put them on, but they were really tight. So what I ended up doing was taking out the insole, and that shoe that was just flat, like, so it like hurt my feet, and I still rocked them like that.
You're just trying to make it work.
Yeah, I was trying to make it work. So I feel like that's one of those shoes. But there's been a couple of like that where I decided to just get a size smaller because I can just buy it. So.
Yeah, and again, it's just like you just want to like be part of the culture, and like you're just you're just excited to be like getting something retail.
Exactly. Yeah. So and like back then, I feel like it was a lot more harder to source stuff. I guess without like knowing that you were getting scammed or getting a fake pair. Like it was so much more easier back then to get scammed.
Yeah. With that saying, what do we have right now, guys, as like an idea of like, since like it's been an open market the last couple months, like the kind of we've seen a crash, not really like a crash, but like
a market correction, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's what we've been saying is kind of like a market correction or like a oh my god.
It's like a recession.
Recession, kind of. No, but it really is.
With
it really is,
especially. Yeah.
Well, I think in a lot of like those secondary markets and stuff like that, kind of like collectibles. When we were just talking about this in like watches and jewelry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of those markets have also gone down and stuff like that. So
NFTs are crashing.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying, like a market correction a little bit, where things are valued back to what I guess people
actually
value
it.
Yeah. And so but you were saying that
I think since like the market's kind of low right now and like all the prices, what are the kind of a shoe you were looking for to like to try to get right now for yourself, or maybe to resell, something that you're like, oh, I can actually afford this, or it's gonna be not as expensive as I like, you know, if it was like a really like the market was really popping right now.
Okay. I have a couple that I can think of that I'm still trying to get into my collection. But the Travis Scotts were a really big one, and we ended up actually buying them. So I guess that doesn't count because we actually bought those.
That was crazy.
I think there's a couple Jordan 1s that come to mind. I think, and like, I think there's a lot of Jordan 1s right now that have released that kind of like don't meet that like price points, if that makes any sense. Like they're not super expensive, but I think Military 4
Military 4s getting back
because I had them. Market went up, and I think, I don't know if there's other people out there who buy shoes sometimes and aren't sure about them, and then the price point went up. I haven't worn them, so they were DS. Prices went like crazy, and I saw an opportunity, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna sell them. Sold them, but now I'm like, damn, like that's a shoe that I wanted in my collection. Prices aren't super cheap, but I guess I can see that shoe becoming like a shoe like a few years where I'm gonna regret it and be like, dang, dude, like I had those shoes and I sold them and then I never bought it back. So I think that's a shoe right now that I feel like maybe I should look back into, like probably purchasing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think right now I'm still like debating, but I do want to get a pair of turtle doves.
Oh, I don't know.
Like the prices are like kind of fluctuating at the 400 to 500.
4 to 5, yeah, they just keep jumping.
Yeah, so like I'm not really sure if I want to yet. Maybe if they drop like 300, that'd be an awesome price. Again, it's just like one of those shoes. It's like a Grail shoe, you know.
Yeah, I my personal prediction is that I don't think they'll go below 4. Maybe like 380, but like I don't see it going like super cheap.
That'd be crazy though. Like if it went down really low and I was able to get a pair for like $300.
Hey, people get desperate sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
so,
and again, people got to pay rent, guys. People
so I mean, you can get lucky out there and maybe make a good deal or trades, and so like it's not out of the question. I feel like. So.
Yeah, and like the Lost and Founds, actually, I'm looking at them right now, and they're still going for like a rack.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. I can't wait to see when they actually drop and see what the prices are going to be.
Dude, I'm still starting to get like 400.
Yeah, you thinking?
I mean, I want them to be like 350, 300, but the way things are looking and like everybody's super hyped up on these, the hype is crazy on them.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. Like.
Drop.
It's getting scary out here.
It drops next month, guys. So, also, I already got the taxis, so I'm pretty happy about that. I got them in the right size, so I'm actually pretty stoked about that. I don't really know if any other shoes are coming out that I really like thought were sick. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna turn it over to Anthony. Like, what do you want to get, Anthony? Have you seen anything that you want to get?
I'm really into ones. So I really wanted to get the taxis before they go for so much money.
I do too. That's a really good price.
People are sleeping on them.
Yeah, people are sleeping on them, and they're like, they don't see that this is like an OG color block, pine greens. There's like is it the Royal Toes?
Mm-hmm. Royal Toes.
There's like
shattered backboards.
Shattered backboards. Like there's like there's a color for
the
every single. Yeah, the core purples.
The core purples. Yeah.
So there's like we've been talking about this a lot, but it's like people are sleeping on these, and like we're seeing the price kind of go up. I already see them going up a little bit, but like it's one of the shoes you gotta.
It's a steady climber for sure. Like, and that's what I would say. Like, and I know people sometimes are super invested into like, oh, I'm gonna buy a shoe and hold. But we always talk about like in the near future, like as a collector, you always want to like think about that. Like if you're really involved and have been a part of the sneaker culture for so long, there's certain shoes that you'll look back in a couple of years and like we have history. Like we were saying, like we have those Jordan 1s, the black and whites that you purchased like 7 years ago, got rid of them and sold them for basically retail at that time, and now he looks back at it and he's all like, damn, like I should have just kept them. Now they're like reselling for $800, never restocked again.
That's wild.
It's a really like low key shoe. Like
such a crazy shoe,
That's like I used to have grapes.
Like, same, yes.
You're the grape boys,
Oreos. Like
I had Oreos.
Yeah. Like Oreos were crazy. Cements. I had cements. Cements were like another shoe that I regret. I regret like destroying those because I just ran through those things.
You guys seen these ones?
Oh yeah,
they're actually they're dropping a Jordan 1 Starfish for women's only, which I'm kind of bummed out because it's a pretty sick. It's a nice colorway. I really mess with it. The quality looks really good.
It's a women's though.
Gosh, it sucks because only women. You could find like a 15 sometimes in women's, but it's like very rare.
And they're gonna tax, bro. They're gonna be like, people are gonna tax on that shoe like that. But that's a good shoe too, actually. That I don't know if I'll buy it yet, just because like I feel like I personally think like yellow toes would be a better way.
Yeah. I think the color blocking is good on these ones, but I think it's a woman's shoe, so it's a little harder to like sell because you can only get certain sizes in them.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been kind of feeling the Starfishes because our homie Roach, he's got a pair of them, and I was kind of like, about to say that I was kind of like mid on them.
Oh, you know what? That could be a good shoe. I'm gonna say that one too.
Because like
Starfish lows.
The price is not even that bad.
It's like $50 over retail. It's solid.
I like the neutral grays. I own those too. Like I like those shoes, but I think this one would be a better long term value because the other one's just so basic and but that's why I bought it, was because it's so simple. Like it's just white and gray. Like you can't go wrong with it. You can just throw them on. But that's a shoe right there that stands out. That like you look at it and you're like, damn, that's a clean shoe.
I mostly want it because I don't have any lows in my collection.
Yeah. I like
that could be like
your introduction to like the lows.
Yeah, to the lows.
We got take off rockets over here. Oh yeah, and like I think like the OG lows look way better than like the Jordan lows.
Like the
back
the
panels.
general, like the
Like
I don't know what to call them, but
the general, like the ones that like everybody gets, like the OG ones, like the shape of the shoe looks way better.
yeah, the swoosh.
quality's nicer.
The swoosh looks like bigger. I feel
Yeah, so like even like the what is it, the Mystic Navies, those were sick too. The Peach Corals, like I think all those are like good colorways.
Yeah, there's a couple clean lows, so but that's a good shoe for the value right now with the market being down. I feel like definitely is a good hold like in a couple years.
Yeah.
say that clear, because I feel like there's a lot of people who make those predictions like don't like hold on to this shoe and it'll be worth this much in like the next year, and then like it doesn't. So But cool. That's an interesting topic. People need to drop their shoe. What shoe are you going to be copying?
Yeah.
In this sneaker recession,
Dude,
It could be even slides.
yeah, get any slide you want right now, guys.
any slides like almost retail
I think it's like $80, $90 on StockX.
on some colorways. Some
Colorways. Again, there's some that are like more limited, but yeah, I think if you wanted slides, like, or I think it's like the best time to buy slides.
You can just.
You don't even have to buy
them,
from like resellers anymore. You
Honestly,
can just, yeah.
I mean, you can buy them from people. Just buy them from us.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, I don't know. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
Yeezy's brand. Is it dead? I'm just kidding. That was a TikTok we had earlier. Also, I wanted to talk about Crocs. Crocs here to stay. They've been kind of crushing it, guys. They've had the Bad Bunny Crocs. They've gone up to like $500. They've had a lot of cool collabs like Post Malone, SZA, Justin Bieber. They've been doing pretty well with keeping with like mainstream artists, and also having like the, what are they called again? The Polex clogs, which are like the recent ones that came out with have like the crazy waves on them with the strap on the back. They're coming out with a bunch of new styles, like platform styles, cozy styles. And it's one of those things that like I always saw somebody wearing Crocs and I just thought of like a chef, like a overweight chef, or like somebody who's like
somebody who would wear that shoe. Is that what you're trying to say?
Like a teacher, or like somebody like working medical or something, like with their scrubs.
I would say they're pretty comfortable. They're just so easy to throw on, bro. Like you just slide your feet in them. You're on your go. You can wear them inside. You can wear them outside. Like, yeah, But the one thing that people have been saying about Crocs is like once you start wearing them, you kind of just wear them everywhere.
Yeah. And it's wild because like I never thought that it would be like this mainstream.
Well, if I'm being honest, people are going to might hate, but I've always thought it was kind of ugly. Like,
and you have a pair.
No, I do, and I still think they're ugly. That's what I mean. Like once you have them, I feel like, and you start wearing them, you kind of care. You kind of get used to them.
How ugly they are?
And you kind of are careless, and that's what I mean. And you just kind of like,
so
you kind of wear them, kind of like, oh, it's like it's a fit, but like in reality, I feel like they're not that good looking. But I feel like it's become such a natural thing right now, and it's becoming more popular that people kind of see it more common now, as far as like you're just chilling in them. You know what I mean?
It's
but I still think they're not the best looking shoe.
It's like it's a daily shoe you can just beat.
Yeah, but I think we'll look back and be like we were really wearing Crocs.
I don't know about Crocs, man.
Yeah, I mean
like the brand. I think it's here to stay for sure.
It's here, but I wouldn't wear them.
I think the bigger question is, do you think they'll stay in impact as far as like kind of like that like streetwear culture a little bit, and kind of like being kind of part of the urban community? Because I feel like that's where they've had a bigger growth. Because before it was mostly like how he was saying, being used by like the medical fields and stuff like that.
Like people that like daily, like people that like, I'm just looking for a comfortable shoe.
Yeah, like it served a purpose, but now it's becoming more of an aesthetic thing where it's all like you're just wearing it for the looks and you can add your little charms and stuff on them and customize them.
I think that's cool.
Personalize.
You got to personalize them. So, but. I don't know if that'll stay and how big their impact will continue to be, but I definitely think that the company itself is making really smart moves and doing the right collabs.
Yeah.
I think, me and Anthony don't have pairs, so.
That's why I can't really talk about it.
I've never like had a pair because I've never wanted one. So like I'm still kind of like, the only ones I want are like the Polex, the clogs.
Yeah.
Those ones are sick.
The green pair or which
I want
color?
the white pair.
The white pairs? Okay.
The white pairs
Okay.
There's a bunch of neutral color ones, but those go for like $300 to $400. The white pair goes for like $250. I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on a rubber shoe.
Yeah, I was about to say still a lot for Crocs.
And
like,
and then they also have like the boot, kind of like the rain boot piece you could put on a shoe.
Oh yeah, the slap on. Like I've been seeing that a lot online and stuff like that. I really like that. So you basically kind of like convert any sneaker you have into like a boot. And so there's this guy on TikTok who actually has been doing that like on multiple different pairs. I think my favorite pair has been like a high. He did like a dunk high, and then he slapped on like that rubber boot bottom, and it looks pretty clean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they sell them like in multiple different colors and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm trying to pull one up so I can show you. But
yeah. I saw somebody do a Jordan 11, and it looked really clean.
Oh yeah,
because like the panels and like the way like the Jordan 11 with the laces, it does look like a boot. If like you didn't have the bottom on it, so it looked really good on that as well. So I think they're doing some cool things, and I think they've been doing good collabs. So like, I think they are here to stay. It's just like, we'll see what like who they keep collabing with. Billie Eilish, dude. They collab with Billie Eilish, so that was crazy.
I'm surprised they haven't already.
No, they did.
They did?
Yeah, a long time ago. They did Post Malone, Billie Eilish, Beavers. I think the Bad Bunny ones are the hardest ones, though, to be honest.
The glow in the dark ones?
Yeah, those are gas.
I actually hit on those when they
I
dropped.
need to see what you're talking about.
The boot ones?
The boot ones? We'll find them later.
I'll show them to you later, man.
I was like, I can't find them right now, but
no worries.
they're pretty hard, bro, to be honest. I'm thinking about buying one, actually, for the winter. Mm-hmm.
Are you guys hyped on the women's Jordan 4 Canyon Purples?
No.
What about you, Anthony?
That green's like
It's the green. That's
the
what it
green.
is, bro.
Yeah.
The green just kind of looks like baby doo-doo green, like straight up. Like
It's like baby food.
I don't think it's a like shoe that's like gonna pop off. Like
I think
anyway.
I think
It's
if
worse
they-
than the infrared, in my opinion.
I think if they did like a men's run,
Hey, maybe that could be like a spooky Halloween shoe.
that is true.
I
Actually,
mean, they are dropping in October.
Yeah, so that's like it kind of makes a little more sense. A lot of people say that's like a Travis Scott ripoff from his friends and family, but like it was like not the right colors, but
It's
the
just
same suede.
Yeah, like dude, like the suede is nice. Like
Yeah.
like it's got like that hair, like where it's a lot more longer, so it looks like a really nice suede. But like that green just kind of like just kills, and that purple's like that shade of purple is just like a little bit too like low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the Travis ones are a lot more darker, so I don't know.
What I could see people doing is trying to make a custom.
yeah, that'd be a good.
Oh
custom
yeah, that's a
pair.
good idea actually.
Yeah.
But it's still a woman's shoe, so there's a lot of pairs that probably will like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get like what is like the biggest size you could probably get, like a 12.
Yeah.
Women's 12, so that's like a
Women's
10 and a half.
12.
Men's 10 and a half
10 and
is
a
gonna be
half.
the max that you could probably get. And,
So
like,
all the small foot people like.
yeah, so like anybody does make a custom pair, it's gonna be like somebody with the smaller foot. So
Yeah.
Oscar can make a pair.
I mean I wouldn't.
Again, you wouldn't buy them though.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like that shoe's just so much work for it. Where I'm like, I just like a lot of work for a custom. That's
Yeah.
like not even gonna be that like original. Like it's gonna be like a knockoff Travis Scott. So
Yeah,
speaking
man.
of knockoff Travis Scotts, how do you feel about the mochas? Oh, I'm just kidding.
You guys will find out soon about how I feel about
Well, we'll
those.
probably be out by then. So like,
Yeah. We'll let you guys know by tomorrow.
You guys probably already seen our TikTok. Is what you should be saying.
Yeah, well, you'll see it soon, guys.
They will literally see it before. We post this.
Hopefully, we'll see this before we post it. We'll see how long it takes me to edit the videos.
Can I add one more topic before we round things up?
Yeah, go
that's
ahead.
fine? So, as a sneaker enthusiast, reseller, I guess, do you guys have like a story or a flip that you guys like are like the one that you made the most profit on, or like what's the craziest flip you've ever had?
You should go first.
You want me to go first?
Oh, you got one? You got one?
You should tell your story about the one that we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
That
yeah,
one's
yeah.
pretty cool. That one's pretty cool.
Again, it wasn't really like I made a lot of money off the shoes, but the Jordan 1 hairs, I was wearing them like at work at the mall, and like one of this homie, like I forgot his Instagram handle, but he's like a bodybuilder guy. He's super chill, and he just saw me wearing them, and he was like with his, I don't know if they're still together, his ex-girl maybe. He's a pretty
Can't assume. We can't.
I can't assume if they're still together.
Exactly.
But he was like looking around for shoes or something, and he saw my shoes, and he's like, I need those. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, how much you want for those? I'm like, I'm buying them off your feet right now. And I'm like, you serious? And he's like, yeah, those are sick. And I was like, Like just give me $200 because I think they were like 180 or like 170 like back before like they shot
Yeah,
up.
I think
like,
they were like 170 back.
so I was like, yeah, give me 2 bills. And he's like, I need the box though, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll get the box for you. You want to try them on? And he's like, yeah. And then he like put them on, and they're like, yeah, they fit perfect. I think it was a size 12, and he's like, yeah, they're solid. I'll buy them for you as soon as like you get the box. And I was like, all right, well, I had my old roommate come through and like drop the box off for me. And then I ended up like having to like work the rest of my shift without the shoes.
Damn, bro, that's crazy, bro.
And
Like,
it was so funny. But like I still see that guy post stories of him like deadlifting like 500 pounds and he's still wearing those shoes. And that was like straight up like 8 years ago.
yeah, that shoe's a reliable shoe, huh? See, Jordan ones. That's you can't go wrong with ones.
You cannot, guys.
What about you, Anthony? What's your craziest flip?
Well, my craziest flip, I bought some Jordan 11 Space Jams for like $280.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at an event and like Oscar seen some like UNC fours and he's like, try to go flip them or try to go get them.
Oh, right. I just remember that we literally we just brought them to try to sell them.
Yeah.
And so I came in with the assist and I saw that somebody had a pair of UNC fours and I
In
told
my
him,
size.
I was like, you should go ask if he's down to trade. And they were really clean. I think they were a lot more, in my opinion, they were a lot more cleaner than your shoes. So I was a little skeptical at first, but we ended up doing a trade. And he got a pair of UNC 4s for some Space Jam 11s that you weren't even using, right?
Well, no, they weren't even my size.
They weren't even his size. He just bought them just. And we're back. So, but yeah, we ended up flipping those Space Jams for UNCs.
Yeah, you pay like $20.
And now you actually wear those too. Like,
yeah.
that's crazy, bro. I've had a lot of L's in my early reselling I guess activities. I actually hit Space Jams back in the day for retail, and I ended up getting 3 pairs. Like literally from Foot Locker, Champs, and Foot Action. Back when Foot Action was around the area.
Foot Action.
Yeah, and I literally made I think like $10 off of each pair. Like so, like it was like $30 profit.
Are you serious?
It's the worst.
I've never heard about this.
Yeah. And then I think the better one was those cherry 12s that I had.
Got you.
Cherry 12s.
Or was it remember or
Flu Games.
Flu games.
Oh yeah. We all bought him a pair.
Yeah.
You had like 3 pairs of those, right?
Yeah, I ended up making around like $30 per pair, which is a lot better than like I said the 10.
Dude, that's wild.
Dude, it was crazy because the Space Jams I thought would do way more better, and they were people like just weren't buying them up, and so then like I just let them go for like cheap. So because I needed the money too, so I was like,
you're like I should.
That was the first time like I invested like that much money, and that back then it was like what I think it was like $200 for retail for them, so that was like for $600 out of my paycheck and stuff like that, and that's when I was like still working in the mall, and I was like only working like maybe 30 hours a week, so it's like I wasn't making the most like money at all, bro. So I was like, dang, I need money, like you know what I mean? Like my bank account was like emptied out almost.
Like, I can't afford to wait.
Yeah, so that was like some of those flips that kind of made me like realize how to get smarter. And I think the better flip that I actually had was those Jordan 1 Mochas actually. That's probably my best flip to I guess alone, because we've had some better flips now that we're actually full-time resellers.
Yeah.
But alone was the Jordan 1 Mocha, and that got me back into reselling was because I had just started getting into like trading cards and Pokemon and stuff like that. And
saw a big Pokemon boom last year.
There was a huge boom and stuff like that. And one of the bigger theories that they had that this I don't remember the YouTuber, but he was talking about it was not Logan Paul. He was talking about investing into Pokemon and stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha.
And packs and like and how you can like buy packs, hold them, and then flip them. And so basically at that time I had taken that same ideology and put them into shoes. And so I saw the Mochas and I saw, like maybe if we can replicate that with shoes. And I did that with the Mochas. They held them and then I flipped them. And then later on I started finding out that there's more people who actually do this. And that's when I ran into like other people, Sneaker Invest. Shout out Sneaker Invest. He's from the Seattle area. It's always good to rep. Yeah, we need that man on the podcast, repping the Northwest. But I started running into people like that, and I realized like, dude, there's way more ways to make money. So I think on that flip I bought them for $350 and I ended up selling them for $450. So $100 profit.
It's crazy how many stores you have with Mochas.
Yeah, dude. Well, that was that shoe that brought me back into the game. Like I was saying, like for me it was like, whoa, like there's actually ways to make money selling shoes without actually having to like worry about going to Foot Locker and Champs. And like I'm telling you guys, like I literally made like $10 off of Space Jams, like
That's so wild.
30 from 3 on like a $600 investment, where it's like I literally just made $100 on like in like 2 months, dude.
That's
So I was all like, dude, if I would have bought like 5-10 pairs, that's all I kept thinking about. And I think that kind of was my better flips and got me back into like, you know, being a sneaker reseller.
seeing like the potential of it, like wanting to like actually
100%.
do this again.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like you know, you have a bunch of stories where you end up like taking L's, and it kind of like, you know, you're like, I don't really see the point of this anymore.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, it was kind of slow. Like when I first started getting into sneakers and wanting to resell, like there wasn't really a lot of money. It was just, I guess, kind of for fun, low key. Like,
yeah, I think it's like, yeah, and then, but you're not really like into like, it's like gambling. You like, you need to have like a certain amount of money. You're not afraid to lose.
Right. I think that's
like,
another thing too, because I could have probably waited with those Space Jams and waited to see what it done, like the market would have done.
I just seen a prize.
You would have made like $200-$300 if you waited a couple years.
Yeah, well, not even that, but like I
Maybe
think
6 months,
that
maybe.
whole idea of like holding was never a concept. It was like you buy it and you sell it, you buy it and you sell it. Like that's the concept of a reseller. You know what I mean? But now that I know that there's things like market drops, like stock limits, and like there's just so many things that kind of go into reselling that like I just never thought about. So, but cool. That was it. I just want to kind of engage a little bit in that. So
hell yeah, dude.
I appreciate you guys' input, and I always love that story about dude taking your shoes while you're at
I
work.
remember that.
Yeah, that's I always thought that was dope. So
funny.
that's such a like cool some dude bought sneakers off my feet, or like
yeah, and I always love that he still wears them and he still works out in them. I'm like, bro, you bought them off my feet like 8 years ago, and you still are like deadlifting with them. I think I bought like Vans or something after like my shift was over. Just, like, I didn't walk home with socks on,
dude, bro. I mean, yeah.
But I was like, this is hella down. I'm doing it.
Yeah, like it's a cool thing to do.
And it was like I wasn't really into Jordan 1s at that point, like to the point where I'm like, yeah, I just want to keep them. I kind of want to get a pair of them again just to like have them.
Were they the hairs?
Yeah, the hairs.
The hairs. Yeah.
It's a sick colorway, and I kind of want to get them again, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah,
It's an older shoe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome.
That's the episode, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Another one coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that. Happy Halloween. If we don't see you guys after this month.
Yeah. Let us know what you were going to be for Halloween.
Yeah. Hit us up on IG, Instagram. Follow us on
know.
everything. Like and subscribe, guys.
You guys
I
already
was
know.
about to say like,
Shoebox
subscribe.
Oh, TikTok too. We're trying to reach 10,000. We're trying to hit 10,000 followers. So make sure you go, you share, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah,
But
spam everything you can.
spam it, like everything.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.